Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you how to install this mod. Now this mod is pretty much the exact same car that I showed you how to install yesterday. However, there's a slight difference. This car is non-animated and the rims look a little bit different. The interior isn't as detailed or as nice, but it's still quite a nice looking mod. And this car I'll be using for my showcase of the 2012 BMW M5 F10. This car will be used for the action scenes because non-animated cars won't have some glitchy effects. They'll be totally fine during action scenes. So anyways, the first thing that you have to do is install OpenIV if you don't have OpenIV installed already. And you can find a video on how to install OpenIV in the cards of this video. And once you have OpenIV installed, I recommend you install a trainer such as Simple Trainer. I'll be using this trainer in this video, so I recommend it. And you can find a video on how to install it in the cards of this video as well. So once you have those two things installed, you can go ahead and download the mod. Now after you download the mod, you should find a zip folder or a zip file that looks like this, and inside you should have this folder. And as you can see, there are two different ways of installing this mod. You can use the add-on method or the replacement method. Now if you want to watch how to install the replacement method only, then you can skip to the time frame shown on the screen. But if you want to watch how to install the add-on method, then just continue watching. So first things first, you go into this folder, and then you want to go into your Steam library, games. This is only if you have the Steam version of the game. I'm not too sure what you do for the Rockstar version or the pirated version, but what I'm doing here is I'm looking for the GTA 5 main directory. I'm showing you how to find it. So with Steam, all you have to do is go into Grand Theft Auto 5, go into Library, Games, right click on Grand Theft Auto 5, click on Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files, and there you go. This is my GTA 5 main directory. Now another thing you can do is actually search for GTA5.exe in this PC, but it takes a while, so I'm just going to be showing you this method. So once you've done that, you want to go into your mods folder, and you should have you need to copy update into your mods folder. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do that again, but all you do is just press Ctrl C, go to your mods folder, press Ctrl V, and then you go into update Time64 DLC packs, and then you open up the folder that we just had open and just drag this folder right into here. There we go. So next you want to press on this double dot button and then open up the readme. Next you want to scroll down and copy this line of code. Oops. Okay, Control C. Next you want to open up OpenIV. Then click on Windows. Okay, so now you want to enable edit mode. Then go into mods, update RPF, common, data. Then you want to click on DLC list, right click, click on edit, click here, press enter, tab, and Control V, and then you can save. Now in the readme it actually says that you have to edit extra title update.meta, and you have to add this line of code. However, I did not add this because I don't think that's necessary. The reason why is because normally when you add this line of code, you also have to add in DLC patch, the DLC patch for that vehicle. However, it does not say so in this in the instructions. It does not say that you have to add in the DLC patch, and so I think there's no point in adding this line of code. Yeah, and I've tried it without this line of code and it worked just fine. So but if it doesn't work, then I guess you can try. If you want, you can just click over here, click on extra title update, right click, click on edit, and then you want to select this, Control C, and then you want to paste it right here, like that. Of course you can make it look neat and everything. Oops. And there you go. But I'm gonna cancel because I don't think that's necessary, and we'll find out soon. Yeah. So if you have any issues with the mod, then I guess you can try that. But I don't think it's necessary. So that's pretty much it for the add-on method. And next I'll show you the replacement method. Okay, so now I'll show you guys how to install this mod using the replacement method. First thing that you want to do is, of course, open up the main directory, the GTA 5 main directory. Now, if you didn't watch the add-on method, then this is how you do that. You just go into Steam, Library, Games, right click on Grand Theft Auto 5, click on Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files, and there you go. Now in here what you want to do is you want to copy update, so you can press Control when you press update, and then Control when you press times 64E and times 64I, and that will select all of these files. Next you want to press Control C to copy, and then you want to just paste them all into your mods folder. Now as you can see, I already have these files in here, so I don't have to do that again. So next what you want to do is open up Open4. Then you want to go into Windows, okay. Next you want to enable edit mode, yes. Then you go into mods, times 64E, levels, GTA 5, vehicles. Now in here you should find Oracle 2, so let's search it up. Oracle 2, it's there, so it's safe to replace. Next you go into your mod folder, then you go into replace, then select everything down to Oracle 2 underscore HI. Make sure you don't select Oracle 2 mods, and then you just want to drag this into here, and this will replace the files. Next you want to go back into your mods folder by clicking here, then go into your Temp64I folder, levels, GTA 5, vehicle mods, and then you want to search for Oracle 2 mods, which is, where is it? There it is. Actually no, you just want to keep this window open, and then you just drag this into here, and that will replace the Oracle 2 mods folder. So next we have to replace the well actually no, we won't replace. We will go into, next you want to go into your mods folder, update RPF, common, data, levels, and then GTA 5. Now in here you should have a vehicles.meta folder, and in here you should have a vehicles.meta folder. Now what the mod developer has done is they have just edited the vehicles.meta file to edit the Oracle 2 the new Oracle 2 vehicle data. However, if you have other replacement mods, then this file will need a few modifications, which this file will undo. So all we want to do is edit the Oracle 2 vehicle data. So instead of just dragging this into there, we're going to copy the edited version. So let's search up Oracle 2. So here's the edited data for Oracle 2, and all we have to do is select everything from item down to the next vehicle. Whoops, sorry about that. My my mouse has a bit of an issue, so you just want to select this. God damn it! Just select and drag down until you see the next car. There we go. Next car is Packer. So just select until \item, then press Ctrl C to copy, and then close it. Next, you want to right click on this, click on Edit, and then again search for Oracle 2. Okay, next, there it is. So all you want to do is select again all of this, all of what we selected before, and then we're going to press Ctrl V to replace it all. Okay, let's wait for Packer. There it is. And then press Ctrl V to replace everything. There we go, it's all replaced. I think it should, yeah, be yellow if it changed. So you want to save, and we're done. Now you can close everything, and we are ready to try out this mod. So I'll start up GTA 5, and we'll see how the mods turned out. Okay, so let's have a look and see if the car spawns, if the cars spawn. So to open up the menu, you just press F4, and then you want to go down to vehicle spawning, spawn vehicle by model name, and here you just want to type it in M5F10 to spawn the add-on vehicle. And there we go. As you can see, it spawned perfectly fine even though we didn't edit the extra title update. Next, let's try out the replacement vehicle, which is the Oracle 2. So let's go to vehicle spawning. Now Oracle 2 I think is in Coops. Yeah, or Oracle XS, I guess. Nope, not quite. Oh, I don't think I should have spawned it there. Okay, so yeah. Well, I mean, as you can see, the car does spawn perfectly fine. The cars are pretty much identical. Yeah, they're identical. So let's get into the add-on vehicle because this car is kind of stuck. Okay, let's get into the car and let's fix it up. Fix vehicle. Okay. So as you can tell, this car looks pretty much the same as the car that I showed you guys how to install yesterday. However, no, the day before yesterday. However, the rims look different, and also the lights are red. Now, yesterday's vehicle had a slightly like yellower kind of red, which is more or less kind of like an orange, a dark red kind of orange mix. But that's a very small difference. I don't think you're going to be able to notice that in my showcase, which will be coming out I think maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And also, as you can tell, the back televisions don't light up, and if we change into the driver's view, as you can see, the dials work perfectly fine, and yeah, everything looks great, but they're not as shiny as in the other car. So that's another great feature. So the dials work just fine. Now let's check out the doors and everything. So let's open up the doors. Let's go to vehicle, doors, and windows menu. There we go. So as you can tell, the engine is not animated. If we rev up the engine, it doesn't move. It's not moving at all, even at idle. And the same thing goes for the exhaust pipes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're not moving at all. So but the car looks perfectly fine, except for a few minor details like this. The door hinges don't look very nice, and if we open and close the, actually no, I think it looks fine. Yeah, this looks fine. So, oh, and the trunk doesn't look very nice. Doesn't look as nice as with the other mod that I showed you yesterday. The exact same car, just more detail. This car, not as much detail, but however, it's not animated, which is great for cinematic videos if you have action in the video. The reason why animated cars aren't good for action videos is because in an action segment you will need the car to look fine. However, with animated vehicles, if you've ever watched videos like, for instance, GTA 5 workshops videos or some other videos, you'll notice that the bumper in the videos kind of like moves around. Even in my videos, some of mine, the bumper moves around a bit, and the rear one as well as the doors, and it kind of looks really bad. So if you make cinematic videos, I highly recommend that you have two cars. One that is animated for the segments where you don't have action, and one where you have action and you don't need as much detail, but you don't want the bumpers and the doors to be moving around. So that's just a tip for you guys who make cinematic videos. And yeah, it's quite interesting. I think if you'd look up quite a few videos, you'd probably notice that there's some glitchy effects that look really weird. That's that effect that I'm trying to get rid of by using this mod, the non-animated version. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about, because not a lot of you guys make cinematic videos, so I don't think you'll know what I'm talking about the glitchy effect. But if you watch cinematic videos, you might notice what I'm talking about. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys get this mod installed, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. Feel free to contact me. I have my Discord group link in the description, I think, as well as my Steam profile, I think, link. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. The next video will be actually no, the video after that. The next video is a cinematic video. So thanks for watching, and bye.